broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, guys. Hamid, good morning. Fellas, happy. Hey, dude. I meant to call you over the weekend and just got jammed up. I'll give you a call later today, Dean. Steven, good morning. Guys, very good morning. It is Monday, July 20th. Good morning, Mr. Jacques. Fellas, for those of you that may not have attended education on Saturday, I did send out the video on Saturday. We've made some adjustments to some of the settings on the bots. If you did not watch that video, I encourage you to do that. If you did not get that video, email me and I will send it. But it was sent out via Benchmark, where everybody is who's a member. Good morning, Chris. That has the anybody that has the bot is in the member list, and I do send it out to all of you. Check if you didn't see it, check spam or junk from Benchmark. But I did send the video out, guys. I also put it in member Skype. You can scroll back to Saturday and you can see the video in Skype. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It was a good weekend here. Warmer. Hey, James, good morning. It was warmer than Hades here. I mean, today's going to be worse. We're pushing 100. In any event, guys, big earnings week. Good morning, Jim. Big earnings week. Microsoft has closed below their 20-day moving average. I would start to, for those of you guys that are more positional traders, I would start to pay attention to the NASDAQ. I told you where the biggest option strike prices were on Friday. And my personal opinion is we're coming down, but we'll see. We'll see. In any event, we're here. Just a quick breeze through what we've got. I did not change the silver. I did not rotate my silver robot into something else. For my trial members, good morning and welcome to the room. I'll go over the room in a minute. I do have a robot that trades silver, although I don't believe there's anybody in the room actually trading silver at this point. The NASDAQ, guys, currently has 650 net buyers overnight. There are several thousand net buyers overnight in gold. I gave you guys a gold target on Friday. We should get to 20. It looks like we're going higher here yet. Looks like we're going to break out in gold. Bonds are bid. Small buyers right now in the Russell. EF. Hang on one second, guys. Interesting that I don't have my delta on my ES chart. Bear with me one second. I may have taken it off. Let's see what the ES is doing. Crude has small sellers overnight, 300 at the moment. There's 600 buyers have come in. ES, guys, at the moment, 1,800 overnight sellers. YM's got nothing, basically flat. YM is currently in shorts. Bot looks like it's going to roll over here. And let me take a quick look at futures. I know we've paired some of the losses, overnight losses. And we're basically flat across the board. Dow futures are down 34, 32. S&P is off 3 and change. And the NASDAQ is up 30. Russell's down 3 and change. VIX futures are off about 1%, 28.73. VIX cash is up 1 1/3%, 26.01. Typical of summer, I guess. Guys, if you're here on trial, and we have a number of trials this week, for those that may not be in the room, I will be sending out a daily follow-up to all of you. And included in that daily follow-up will be this video. So I record the session, not entirely. I mean, there's a lot of dead time, but I certainly record the trades, and this portion is being recorded, and you guys can review it later. So the room, just so you understand, the primary focus in the room is, of course, the robots. The chart you're looking at is not the robot. Those are my normal trading charts, 15 range charts, which I typically trade and in conjunction with order flow. So in the room, you guys will get certainly your dose of our automated robot. Whenever there's a trade to show, I will show it. Right now, gold, which I trade on 2 time frames, a small 377 tick and a 3-minute. The gold robots are on, but they are already into longs from early this morning, so there are no trades here unless we get a pullback. I have my bonds on, and normally, just to show you the robot, here's the robot. Ordinarily, I should have had this on. This was from 10 o'clock last night, went to targets, and then this, of course, was this morning at 7:45. I did not have it on. It's gone to first target already. It is now on, but again, unless we get a pullback in bonds, there will be no trade in bonds. I do not currently have crude or the indices on as of yet. But the NASDAQ is also in longs. YM is in longs currently. ES is in longs. So we're in longs on the indices, at least as far as the robot's concerned. Longs in gold. We are mixed in crude. I trade crude on a Unirenco and on a 3-minute. The 3-minute looks like it's trying to roll over. The Unirenco is in a short and has hit both targets. But that short occurred last night at 2100 hours. Looking around, I don't see much. Looks like the YM could trade to, or the ES could trade to 32.15 before it hits some resistance. So in the room, you guys will see bot trades when they occur. And I also will offer what I'm seeing on order flow as far as, longs or shorts in different instruments, primarily the NASDAQ gold and the ES. I rarely look at order flow on the YM. There's not enough volume that I'm interested in it. And I don't trade the Russell. I have a Russell robot, but I do not trade personally the Russell. Throughout your trial, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer questions regarding the room, the robot, etc. And as we go on through the week, I'm sure many of your questions will be answered. And then on Friday, which will be the last day of your trials, I'll go through kind of a presentation on the robot, the memberships, what you can expect if you're interested. But we have built what I believe to be the best day trading robot available. We have done some comparative analysis with numerous different robots, and quite sincerely, we outtrade all of them considerably. The robot does not have to be used as a day trading mechanism if you choose. Some of you guys may be swing or position traders, and I'll also show the robot on some daily charts and hourly charts, which some of you may trade. It's especially beneficial and advantageous for those of you that may have, a full-time job. Some of you may be sitting maybe at home right now because of COVID, but may have an office job or something that prohibits you from sitting in a room and actually trading, 3 or 4 hours in the morning. And the robot, from a positional standpoint, performs just mind-numbingly well. And I'll show that throughout the week. So good morning, Todd. So if anybody has any, especially my trials, if anyone has questions throughout the week, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer those questions. I can trade and answer questions and look at charts pretty much simultaneously. And I do that with the benefit of one eye. It's not a joke, fellas. That part wasn't a joke. That'll be rectified next Friday, but until next Friday, I'm using one eye and have been for the last, 4 months. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Guys, we're good to go. The robot is unique in that it's the only one of its kind that I'm aware of. And I've looked at, as we were building it and putting it together a year ago, I've looked at innumerable robots, but it is essentially a multiple time frame analysis of moving averages. So the robot is assessing moving averages across up to 4 additional time frames, including your primary chart. Stops and targets are not generic. They are based on current market volatility. So the robot, up until the point of entry, is actually assessing the current market volatility. And then we're using average true range, or the robot is using average true range to identify stops and targets. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that trades today, Rick. I mean, we did for those of you guys that weren't in education, we changed some settings on the ES. I went back 5 weeks. I did a manual back test of 5 weeks, which for me is the only relevant information. I really don't care what the ES did 6 months ago. I don't care what it did even 3 months ago, right? It's outdated data. We're now trading, June, July, and August with decreased volume and volatility currently. So I went back 6 weeks. If you guys weren't in education, I went back 6 weeks, and the current ES chart that we are now using took 95 trades. I think it was 91 trades, 91 over that 6-week period, with 75 winners and 16 losers. So about an 82% win rate. I mean, you can see there's almost no volatility in this thing, virtually none. ES is holding on to that support at that 0675. It's going to bounce back up to 8.5. It could go as high as 11. Looking at order flow. Gold is working up through that sell zone above 18.1. Again, gold to break above 19 halves. Could break hard. Boom. Never mind. There it goes. Above 19 half. We just hit 21.3. Told you it could break hard. Anybody take gold above 19 half? Gold looks, ES looks like it wants 11, 32.11. You have 66 buyers in here. That's it, 66. ES has small resistance right here, 9 half, and then 10 quarter. There goes gold again, guys. $18 is now support on gold. Current opening imbalance, guys, is 79 million. Nothing on the sell side. Nothing. We should be a little slower. Gold is now headed to about 23, fellas. Morning, Mark. This will probably break this 10 quarter resistance and get to 11 quarter. ES can trade back to 12 half, and above that as high as maybe 15.
Order filled.
Now it flops into a long. Gold's going to break out, fellas. Target's 23. They're buying the brakes off gold. All right, fellas. I'm going to turn this thing off, I think. Wait till the open. We're just too slow. There's just nothing here. Gold's pulling back at the high, but I don't think it lasts long. You're welcome, Barbara.
More from House Speaker Pelosi saying not paying for more COVID testing goes beyond ignorance.
Order filled.
All right, guys, I shut it off. I closed the trade, shut it off. Going forward, I will not turn bots on as per usual until 9:30. Now we're trying to come down. We should come back to 06. Below 6/4, we come 4/2. If anybody has questions, I'm happy to answer them, guys. There's nothing I'm willing to do. This fired when I was at breakfast. $15 range is no. It's trying to go long. I don't think it's going far.
Order filled.
It's first trade. I don't think it's going far to the long side.
Target filled.
There's first target, and that may be it. Well,
Target filled.
second target filled.
Target filled.
There's
Target filled.
third target. First target off on gold. Oxford researchers very encouraged by their vaccine. This is not correct, guys. It hasn't updated. It's the chart's frozen.
Stop filled.
Okay, out on gold.
Order filled. Target filled.
So we filled again. We filled again here.
Stop filled.
It's not updating. The chart's not updating. There it is. Another long's going to fire. No. So we got that 80 area. 1,500 buyers, guys. I'd like to see it. Look at Russell. I'd really like to see. I'd really like to see a healthy pullback for an order flow trade. Yeah, we're turning it up again. Small sellers in here, guys. 1,400 net buyers.
Target filled.
NASDAQ's rolling over on the 3-minute. I mean, 38's a target now.
Stop build.
Governor Cuomo speaking. There's the who cares. We saw evidence of overcrowding in bars this weekend. Marches, demonstrations, looting, that doesn't count. You're free to do that. Second target hit on the Russell, right? So the bot did its job. I just moved it further out. So that's on me now.
Stop build.
Okay, out on the Russell.
Stop build.
Out on gold, on the runner.
Order filled. Target filled.
See what's happening here, guys, is the volatility.
Target filled.
So here's what you got right now, fellas, on the robot. The tick range right now in the NASDAQ is actually NASCrack. It's at 316 ticks, 316, okay? And the problem is the robot needs about 1/10 of a second to override your basic ATM and correctly set stops and targets. When it's this fast, it's taking your basic ATM. So it's taken my basic ATM is what's happened here. So we're pinging off. What filled where? Crude.
Order filled.
Filled a short. Russell now went long on the 15 range. Russell is long on the 15 range. Hit target to the tick and did not fill. Absolute peeve of mine. Hit target to the tick and didn't fill. Come on, you dog.
Target filled.
There you go. Target filled. Break even +1, fellas. I'm going to shut that off for now.
Stop build.
Out. Crude, I'm in the short here. I'm going to move that. I don't really care about crude. NASDAQ's trying to short on the second 3-minute, guys. Again, fellas, your tick range is 301 ticks currently on the NASDAQ. This small time frame thing is going to, be all over hell's half acre because we're using smaller time frames against it. You might be better off using the 1 and the 3-minute at this point. I have that 15 range off. It's too volatile.
Order filled.
All right, ES is now short on the Unirenco. Again, a smaller time frame. It's holding 10. If 10 breaks, it comes down to 8 and then 6. The smaller time frames, guys, are going to get whipped around. That's Unirenco's 15 ranges. You know, NASDAQ is getting,
Order filled.
all right, Russell shorted again.
Order filled. Target filled.
There's another first target on the Russell. It's not much, 15 ticks. Here is the ES trying. Should come, guys. Russell 63.7's got to go. One tick from there it is.
Target filled.
Target hit. Russell's up 600. Okay. So again, these are the adjustments we made Saturday in education.
Target filled.
There's first target on the ES Unirenco. Couple ticks from second target here. Oh. My YM also fired, guys. I don't know where my targets are, but it has one left. It's taken two.
Target filled.
There's both targets on the ES. Okay.
Order filled.
Oh, that's why. I have my strategy at none and one. What a dope. Crude is trading in this garbage little sideways box, fellas. All right, we're down to 146 ticks. Guys, let's just take a quick assessment as to where we're at, okay? This is where we're at. This is where we're at, okay? You got 600 bucks on the Russell 15 range, up. NQ I have off at up 590 for the moment. Gold is up 470 on the 3 minute, on the 377, 310. ES on the Unirenco 275, and on the YM, you know, that would be triple that. I had no ATM and only one contract on. That's this chart here has fired a short. I'm not digging the short, but be that as it may, that's short for now. That's our second 3 minute. I'm down in crude, and this 862 that I'm down is from pre-market, which I will no longer trade pre-market. I don't care what they do. I will not trade pre-market. This NASDAQ 3 minute chart, which has historically performed very, very, very well, has not performed well over the last 5 trades. We have 2 winners and 3 losers. This may need to be reassessed, these settings. So we'll see what we get. Okay? But if you're trading in here, trade them as you see fit, but you may want to consider turning them off.
Order filled.
previous week. Assets in asset-backed securities rose to 250 million from 137 million week over week.
700 buyers in this candle on the NASDAQ. All right, I've turned my 15 range back on. We're back. We're still around 185 ticks, guys. It's pretty stiff. So if you've made your money, you want to consider being done. Crude's a waste of time. Our session has no volatility in it. YM is looking to short on the 3-minute here. NASDAQ is headed to 70. Above 71, 72, it goes back to 80.
Order filled.
So here's the 3-minute on YM. You can see it here. I don't have this indicator on this particular bot, but we're holding roughly 43. If we break below 43, the YM comes right down. For those of you guys that are on trial, you still have control over the robot. You can hit close if you want, take your ticks. Small sellers.
Target.
There's first target off on the YM robot, 46 ticks. I've gone break even +1. Gold, 37.
Order filled.
All right, so the NASDAQ shorted again on the 15 range using the small time frames. We're back up to 225, fellas. It's pretty stiff. NASDAQ's holding support at 50. Maybe quarter. Stuck in a small area with buyers. This is not this. It's got to break that 50, guys. There it goes. Up.
Target filled.
You stick. I don't know what got target where. Oh, crude. Sorry, guys. Crude's in a short. First target's off on crude. I can't move it.
Target filled.
First target off on the NASDAQ.
Order filled.
Guys, we're back way above 200 ticks again. Just be careful with that NASDAQ, fellas, on the 15 range. I mean, it's flying. See if the YM can get second target. I don't think so. We're going to be way oversold down here. I'm going to take one off here
Target filled.
and move that up. 16.5 has to go on gold. Got a bid trying. $215 ticks on the NASDAQ, guys. $16.5 popped. I mean, it should go to $17.6. One tick from target. One tick. You guys may want to take some ticks. You can see there's, we have buyers, but there's no volatility in gold. NASDAQ is sideways to what looks small sellers.
Order filled.
I shut it off. I shut gold off, guys. It's made money. Both of them did. I've shut the 3-minute offs as well. Above 17, you go to 18.4 if you guys are holding.
Order filled.
I'm going to shut that off. 3-minute up 655. So for my trials, one of the things that I try to encourage, we're long on the ES. If we get above 13.5 or so, it's going to go maybe back to 18, guys. ES long to 18. For my trial members, I try to encourage guys that when they've made their money, shut them off. Be done. Be done. 3-minute here wants to fire. I mean, the movement is fairly poopish. If we break out above 98, there's a lot of room above 10.7. But this is a trade that this was a short that fired right at 9:36 and got first target, not quite second target. I think we're fixing to roll. It's all buyers, guys. 1,800 net buyers. ES. These are the trades I took pre-market. I will not turn these on again prior to 9:30 under any circumstances. Don't care if they go to 100 trades and 100 profits. I will not trade prior to 9:30.
Order filled.
Silver filled along.
filled.
Okay, NASDAQ filled along. It's got to get up through 98, guys.
Order filled.
ES shorted on that
Order filled.
8 range, which we built on Saturday. Sideways slop. Small sellers. We're holding support at 28 quarter.
Target filled.
What got target? Oh, crude. Got both targets. 1 tick from target here on this ES. Seriously, 1 tick. One tick. There goes silver.
Great news. India reportedly asking the U.S. for concessions on pharmaceuticals and other goods as part of a reciprocal trade deal.
1 tick from target on silver.
Limited opening to carry imports.
1 tick from target on silver. There it is. Silver's hit target, guys. So I'm going to shut this, actually move it to break even in a few. So silver's got first target off. NASDAQ's got to get above 98, guys. Above 98 it goes. ES back to this entry. It is trading, if you look at the ES here, straight box, just above and below VWAP.
Stop filled.
Okay, out. This 8 range has taken 3 trades today, all losing trades. NASDAQ breaks 98, it'll get that target quickly. 1,400 buyers. Silver's almost a second target, fellas.
Order filled.
And this stupid ES shorted again on that 8 range. ES is trading in a box, straight sideways. 13 half, into VWAP. Above 98.5. There it is. Should go get that target. Should get that first target, 17 handles. Come on, dog. We got right there, too. We got to 99, 99 quarter. There we go. We're over. Oh,
Target filled.
first tick, our first target filled, fellas. 17 and a quarter handles. 17 and a quarter handles. Next target up is at 32.75, which is 46 handles.
Order filled. Order filled.
Russell is long again on the 15 range. It's pushing VWAP. 2 ticks to target.
Target filled.
There's first target again on the Russell. Break even +1 on the bot. Told you guys, above 98, this thing had a long way to go. I've got nothing. We could get to 43, 44. We could get to as high as 66.
Stop filled.
Out on the Russell. I'm going to shut that off for the day. It's up 745. It's done. Uh, 32 is our next target. We've gotten to 22. So 10 handles from next target, fellas. $208 tick range, guys. Yeah, it did. It did. It traded really well. Took NQ long at 680 and got out 715. Nice job. Nice job, Rick. We're slowing down a bit here, guys. Small sellers. It's only 1,200 net buyers. This entire move, we've really given contracts back. I mean, we could trade up to, I said, I've got a target at 66. We're down to 192 ticks. Ronnie, I'm sure Joel sent it to you. Check your emails. I'm sure he sent it. Here we go, fellas. Here comes just shy of second target on the bot at 46 handles. Just shy. He sent it on Friday. He just resent it to you at that Comcast email, but he sent it Friday. You should make 43 at least, give or take. Here we go.
Target filled.
Second target filled, fellas, 46 handles. So 17 and a quarter and 46 handles.
UK Foreign Secretary Rob saying he has begun formal talks with
I think we can get pretty close to this last target out here at 80 handles. Thank you, Jeff. 80 handles. We're due for a pullback in here, guys. Okay, I'll leave this, let it auto trail. I mean, they're still buying them, guys. 704, where our first target was, is about where I have support. If this thing decides to roll over, doesn't look like it wants to yet, but it's trading sideways. And it looks like it wants to, but I'm not taking a short yet. Let me just see something here. Hang on, guys. Absolutely, Chris. Yep. We go, fellas. 43.44 is the next level up if anybody's still long. Nice job, Mike. Go back to bed, dude. What is it, 4 o'clock in the morning there? Aloha. 4:20. Good night, Mike. There goes the next push. So there's my target, guys, at 43. Okay. Now we've got to break above maybe 44.5 or so, and we go to 66. We'll get that last target, give or take. Give or take. It's a NASDAQ show, guys. Got to get above 44.5 or so. We go to 66. For what it's worth, the Russell would have taken another short here, almost to target, not quite. 7, 2 ticks to target. I have it off, guys. It's done for the day. There we go. NASDAQ 66, guys. There we go. 66. That's where it's headed now. If you're long, 66. Anybody holding NASDAQ? Okay, Andy. 66, fellas. Nice job, Chris. Up 1,216 bucks on the 3-minute. Nice job. One contract trade? Chris? Three? Okay. Nice job. James, my man. James is long with 7. Where are you in from, James? Nice job from 74. Good Lord. Nice trade. You might want to sell that dealership. Nice trade, James. We're getting to 66, fellas. I'm going to tell you this. If we break above 67, I have no target above 67. That last target there, I got nothing. It just goes. It just goes.
Order filled.
Something filled. Now crude, long. Crude just has no oomph. None. It's turning up, though. It's above VWAP. It's turning up. The range is pathetic. We're over 2,400 net buyers, guys. 2,400 net. It's all buyers, fellas. Bonds are still bid. Bonds are strongly bid. Gold bidding up again. Nice job.
Order filled.
All right, fellas, we're long on the YM on the Uniranko. Look at this, guys. Coming up on 80 handles. 66 to a half is a little bit of resistance. Above 66 to a half, call it 67. This thing is going to have to pack another lunch. Above 67, seriously. It's buku goodbye. Almost there. Come on, dog. There you go. There's 66 half.
Target filled.
All 3 targets hit, fellas. All 3 targets hit. 17 and a quarter, 46, and 80 and a half handles. 3 contract trade, 2,800, $80. That'll be the last trade you see in this session. We're not getting shorts. You can shut that off. Bye. And look where we stopped. Thanks, Jeff. We've got to break cleanly above 67, call it, right? So where'd we get? Oh my God, look at that, 68.75. Got to break cleanly above that. And this thing goes again for another yardstick. Ronnie, check your emails again. Joel sent it again, and he sent it at 11:42 on Friday. That's Eastern time. Let me just take a look at some equities, fellas. Amazon up 126. Tesla up 16 cents. Well, now a buck. It's up a buck. Apple's up 245. Microsoft up 394. Netflix up 776. Facebook now up $1.10. Boeing's dragging, but down 269. All right, good job, Ronnie. You got it now. Okay. Crude should get that target, guys. It should get close to 72, that second target.
Target filled.
There's YM got first target. Crude hit first target, didn't fill it. Hit it to the tick. First target off on YM.
Target filled.
First target off on crude, break even +1. Anybody have any questions, guys? NASDAQ is slowing down. It's down to 72 ticks, although if I look at my DOM, it's looking like a water bug. Anybody have any questions? Guys, there shouldn't be anybody not making money. Hey, Orc. So I trade the primaries, ES, NASDAQ, YM, and Russell, and then gold, crude, 30-year bond, and silver. Now, I can tell you this. I do not have anybody that I know in the room at this point that is trading silver. Silver is the silver chart on the bot that we use is the biggest producing bot that we have, but I don't know anybody trading silver. We've got a handful of guys that trade the 30-year bond, not many. And then most everybody trades the NASDAQ or the ES or the ES. And then I've got a handful of guys that I know are trading the YM and the Russell. Now the Russell, the RTY, we had been trading on a 3-minute chart, right? But it had honestly been just a horrific performer. I mean, it just wasn't doing anything. We may get a small pullback here, guys. So on Saturday, when we did education, which I generally do every Saturday, we did some look back and altered the settings. So just to give you, for my trial guys, to give you an idea, my baseline is about 70%, right? We want to be about 70% win probability, okay? So when the bots start underperforming that 70% level, whether it falls to 66, 65, etc., they have to be recalibrated, right? We have to go back and back test them. So where we're at now with the bots, this is, I had the bot built, programmed last year in, we started in March or so, maybe April. And then I traded it for a few months. The bot, their second target on the YM. The bot last year is nothing like what you see now, from very basic and rudimentary beginnings to what you see now. This is the first summer that we're actually coming through with the robot, right? So we kind of didn't know what to expect. I mean, we all know commonsensically that in the summer months, volume dies. In fact, let me see what volume is today. I get it at 10:30. We're 18% below our 3-month average daily volume. So what we're seeing is not only a decline in volume, but a falling 3-month daily average. So to say that we're 18% below our 3-month daily average volume doesn't really give you a more accurate picture, because the volume is decreasing every single day. So we're falling below a decreasing volume every day. That said, we have built, and I'll show you. Yes, Andrew, and I'll come back and test that. We have built, or answer that. We have built, and I'll show you a strategy. We had built for the robots. Our programmer built a back testing strategy, and actually you can trade off the strategy on the new version. Has built a back testing strategy for the robots on Ninja 8. Okay, and what we do is we go back to the drawing board. So what I find interesting is I did an actual, we tested the Russell, which again had another winning trade on a long. We tested the Russell. We came up with the settings we have now. But we also tested, I did this myself manually. This took 91 trades over the last 6 weeks, 91 with 75 winners. Today it's taken 3 trades, all 3 losers. Now 2 of them were in pre-market. I will not make that mistake again, right? I shut it off here, so it's not taking that. I will, maybe it did take that. I will not make that mistake again. I will not trade pre-market, okay, on the indices. They just don't perform well. There's no volume. So Andrew now asked me if I keep track of the markets, which work best. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I keep a daily trade blotter for every single instrument we trade. That's how I can track the percentages, okay? So when I see the numbers failing and starting to fall below kind of a 70% threshold, we have to go back and calibrate with 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and see where the turn and the changes came in. Now, again, for what it's worth, I'll show, this is for my trials. This is the robot on a daily basis. Okay, this is a daily chart. Some of you guys are not day traders. Some of you guys are more swinger position traders, right? Some of you guys just don't have the time to sit in front of a screen for 3 or 4 hours a day. Some of you guys, have to, have a job, or you're trying to trade sporadically. This is the robot on a daily chart. It's taken 2 trades this year. This is the NASDAQ. It's taken 2 trades. Took a short back on February 25th, 268, 436, and 629 handles. And then it took the long here on April 8th, which we're still in the long, 670, 1,117, and 1,564 handles, right? I mean, and I can go on and on and on. So if, like, for instance, the ES, most of you guys trade the ES. This is the ES on a daily. And I can show you gold or soybeans. I can show you wheat. It doesn't matter. But so you got a long on the ES back in February, and it only got 90. It only got 85 and 92 handles. Not a huge trade, but nice trade. Then it took a short back on February 25th for 74, 123, and 172 handles. Then it took this long on April 9th, day after the NASDAQ, for 227 and 379 handles before it pulled back into your trailing stop, and it may go up and get this 530 points. I don't know. But you'd be out of this trade. You only would have picked up about 600 points, 30 grand a contract. And again, I can show you hourlies and 240s. So I have settings and time frames for those as well. Here's gold. I did this the other day, right? We're breaking out of this channel. But gold had a great short here for 63 points, had a nice long here for 93 points, $9,300 trade. Here's a losing trade on the short, but here's a winning trade here on the long, first and almost second target at 77 handles. But this is gold breaking out. If gold breaks out above 1829, 1830, gone. It's gone. And, we had the gold breakout today from where I gave it to you guys. But this is a daily. And again, so my point is, I can filter results or filter trades so much that they take very few trades. So for instance, if I use a 240 and a 480, it doesn't look like it changes any of these trades, right? Now I've done it with a 240. Some of you guys might trade, I don't know, wheat. We're not going to get many bot trades at this point, guys. Everything is longs. I mean, the ES is in longs. The bot is in long. Everything is in longs. But this is wheat. Again, on a daily. So it had a short back here in February. I don't think there was anything else this year. There was not. Had a long in December. So in February, it took 1 trade, 17 handles. That's a big trade, right? $12.50 a tick. It had a long in March, 22 3/4 handles. Had a short here. Had a long here. So it's taken 4 trades with 3 winners this year. That's it, 4 trades for the year. But the answer to your question is, yeah, I track them individually. So I'm, I try to maintain the productivity. And for the members, whenever we change anything, I supply all the members with the changes. Guys, we're above that 67 on the NASDAQ. I mean, she's going. She's now at 76. We're going to get damn close to 10,800. We now have 32, almost 3,300 net buyers. Guys, if you would, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll close this out.
Order filled.
Shut it off. Crude made $80 today. Woohoo. It's a big one. I'll be right back, fellas. I'm back, fellas. All right. And we could pull back now to into 37. I don't know that we do, but that would be where I have support. There's 25 sellers in here, fellas. I would be awfully leery of shorts. Let's see here, guys. Bonds are rolling over. Gold is pulling back.
Bank of England's Tim Arrow saying that in the near term, the NBC has some policy space available with a precise amount depending in part on market conditions. Commentary from Rayo, Bank of England policymaker. Announcing report, the Chief Counsel President spokesperson saying the leader meeting is being delayed to 6 p.m. local time.
ES is going to break up further, fellas. You got another 10 handles in the ES.
Bank of England is likely to fall further in the second half of the year, in part due to the effects of the ongoing weaker demand. comments from two Bank of England officials, as well as this announcement that the summit has start time is going to be 1600 GMT.
I've got basically nothing going on here. So we're going to go over totals. Okay. Here we go, guys. NASDAQ on the 3-minute. We got all three targets up 2,880 bucks. Silver up 800. Russell on our new 15 range chart up 745. YM on the 3-minute up 655. YM on the Unirenko up 635. I'm sorry. NASDAQ on the 15 range up 635. Let me do this. YM on the Unirenko was up 495. Let me start again. Up 495 on the YM Unirenko. YM 3-minute up 655. Silver up 800. Russell on the 15 range up 745. NASDAQ on the 15 range up 635. NASDAQ on the 3-minute up $2,880. Gold on the 377 up 430. Gold on the 3-minute up 470. Crude on the 3-minute up $80. And then the ES on the 3-minute. No, it's not. That's ES on the 8 range. I don't know why that says. Oh, it is. I'm sorry. My bad. ES on the 8 range down 23.25. So overall, guys, gross of 4,865. Not entirely true. Not entirely true. Okay. As a matter of clarity, the NASDAQ 3-minute chart with the 1 and 2 minute time frames, I have deleted. It is underperformed and I don't want it anymore. It traded very, very well for months. It is no longer trading profitably. Okay? That was down 1,300 and change, 1,350, something like that. It is not reflected here since I have deleted it. I will no longer trade that chart. There's no point in me optimizing it because I have other NASDAQ charts. I don't care to optimize it. It's just gone. So somewhere around $3,500 day today, guys, overall. What's interesting here is this ES8 range, because we did this in education. We went through this chart trade by trade by trade for 6 weeks. And it took 91 trades with 75 winners. Now today may just be an anomaly in that, but you know, irrespective of this. So here's the deal. This was a losing trade that I let the bot take. This was a trade that I closed out at a loss, but actually went to targets. So this number may be slightly misleading, all right? But we're 1 for 2. It takes this trade here, and this is the same trade. It never goes to a stop. This is the same trade. So it's a loser. 1 for 3, and doesn't take another trade. 1 for 3. So again, we did this in education. We went trade by trade for the last 6 weeks. We know it should run at 82%, 82.4, I think it was. I'll keep that trade and I'll track it. I mean, I'll keep that chart and track it. If the numbers don't bear out over a week or two, then we have to reassess it. I'll show you a couple of the things that This is our analyzer. This is not part of the robot, although it was built to act in concert with the robot. This is a perfect indicator, I guess, or perfect instrument for those of you guys that have limited real estate. So if you have, one screen or a laptop, you can monitor all of your robots on one screen instead of having, I have 6 screens and some 40 some odd charts up, right? So it's a perfect way to monitor all of your settings in one spot. And then the back testing strategy, I'll show you guys a little later in the week.